I am driving. You just get to watch me drive, and I'll show you some of the lovely scenes if I can on the other side, which is always nice. But I am currently driving east on 30 in Ohio. I'm going to be heading to the Youngstown area today, which is fun. So always a good time. If you guys see me in the highway, you can wave and go, "Hi, how's it going?" You can't miss me. Number one, I have flaming red hair. Number two, my name is on the side of the rig. So I'm driving a Winnebago Echo, which is a lot of fun. And if you guys don't know about Winnebago Echoes, you should check them out. It's like a kicking awesome. I'm in a Sprinter van with a build out. It's just amazeballs. Been in this thing since June 14th. 14th, I've been traveling around doing some stuff. So I've got about 2.5 weeks left of my 13-week trip. And yeah, it's been really, really cool. Anyways, so let's catch up. Let's see where we are. I literally have been, it's been rainy. You know, I hope your weather's okay where you guys are. But it's been a little rainy and feels good to sort of get the rig all washed off and just get some stuff cleaned up. Some things I learned today, new thing I learned about the rig is when you put it on cruise control, which I hardly ever use cruise control because, you know, I like to drive. But if you put it on cruise control, it makes a specific um, like distance. So how many cars ahead do you want it to set for safety, for stopping and things like that. Anyways, my sensors were dirty. I didn't know where my sensors were, quite honestly. But stopped at Love's, got some fuel, looked around, turned it back on. Apparently, sensors are just fine. So there you go. So yeah. So now I'm back on the road. Now I will never, ever, 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 ever use cruise control if I have a lot of cars around me or things like that. But if I'm on those long highways, like 80 going westbound, you know, going through like South Dakota or Iowa, those things where there's nothing for miles and miles and miles, pretty handy. Just saying, super handy. But today there's going to be some rain right along the way. That's really cool. For those of you wondering what this thing is behind my head, it's a really cool. It's an insulative, sort of like a curtain that goes above my head and back behind me. So when I am boondocking, and boondocking is when you essentially park for the night and you're not plugged into anything, so you're just using your own personal power, your own battery system, your own generator, that sort of thing. I don't have to heat or cool the front half of my RV, which is pretty nice. So it saves a lot of energy, a lot of money too, if you really want to think about it that way. So I think everybody should have something like that if they have a motorhome and they're not going to use the front space to try to keep it climate controlled. So, anyways, hey, Captain Jack Scrapper. Oh my gosh, ahoy there, Captain. How are you, buddy? I am driving, putting a couple presentations on how to RV tips for some nice people, people who solo travel like me. Gotta be safe, guys. Gotta be safe. Hey, Captain Jack, tell me if you can hear me. Okay, if you can hear me, put a one in the chat for me. Help me out with that because I want to make sure. I don't know how. This is the first time I'm going live in this rig. First time I've done it. Yeah, so just need to know these things. Oh, Michigan's getting ready for M20. I know. I don't know if I'm gonna get back in time. Broken. No, man. I tried to send you a message, man. My internet's been sort of wonky, so hopefully you guys can see me and it works out okay. Audio and video. Audio is okay, not so much. All right. Well, I'm trying. It is one of those things where you just don't know. I am on a I'll say sort of a rural road. No, probably good. Do I see Peter in here? Oh my gosh, look at you guys. What's going on? It's Saturday. Yeah. Here's to you guys. Woohoo! Gonna have me some sweet tea. All right. What's the weather like where you guys are today? What's the temperature? Because I have been battling some super heavy temperatures. Oh my gosh. It was up to 103 the other day. There's big humidity. Not fun. Not fun at all. Do not like that. I'm going to see if I can turn my camera around too. Let me see how I can do this. I think it's this way. Yep. Lots of clouds. Middle of nowhere. Gotta love it. Oh, Captain Jack says, you got to get there, Charlie. We need you. Oh, man. I appreciate that. I miss you guys. I really do. I miss y'all. There's a lot of some people that go to M24, and I think this might be the last year, too. So India Got Talent. Name a car. Now, I'll let you guys know. I'm currently in a Winnebago Echo. It is a Mercedes Sprinter, in case you want to know what I'm driving. And I'm driving it pretty awesome, I might say. So yeah, so that's the status of where I am. I'm going to be on the highway for a while, and I just want to check in with you guys and see what's going on. Yay! Having my travel snack today, I'm going to give a shout out to Pepperidge Farm for my mega goldfish. Oh yeah, they're mega because you're going to go big or go home, right? Yeah, it's also easier to pick up when you travel, so that's always a nice thing. Gotta love that. Cannot read a lot of your comments. I do apologize, but I do appreciate every single one of them because I am driving and my eyes are on the road and not on my phone. So here you go. I would show you what I'm looking at, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's like corn. It's corn. It's trees. It's more corn, soybean, corn, and more soybean. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Just giving you guys a heads up. Although, and very flat. The land is very, very, very flat. So I'm also having to deal with getting used to flatlands again. It's a little different. I know. Goldfish. Yeah. It's what is that thing in Ted Lasso where the guy goes, soccer is life? Lately, goldfish is life. So that's okay. All right. So let's get you caught up. Where have I been? So I was at a airfield this weekend, with this week, I should say. And I got to do some remote controlled airplane jet stuff. Now, I did not do it. I watched, I participated, I learned a lot, which is cool. Met some really, really awesome people. So just give a really big shout out to the LARCs, the Alignment Area Remote Control Group. They were very hospitable and taught me some stuff, which is nice. And then also offered me an amazing, amazing heart attack burger, which shout out to Ron on this. It is let's see, half a pound of meat, hamburger that's seasoned. He did a great. He made them all himself. Then he put on a patty of sausage on top of that. Then some amazing applewood smoked bacon. Oh my gosh! Then some Amish cheese. All the fixings. Whew. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. I could not eat the whole thing, but it was really, really, really good. So thanks, Ron, for doing all that cooking. It was pretty amazing, and it's a pleasure hanging with y'all. I really appreciate everything, and glad they got to be on TV and talk about what they're doing because it's a really fun hobby. It takes time and practice, and if you want to do something like that, it takes a little bit of money too. It's not a cheap hobby. It's something that really will eat at your pocketbook. But if you guys ever done remote controlled stuff, let me know. Remote control cars, remote control airplanes, remote control boats. I think it's neat. I'd rather be in the driver's seat. I want to drive it. I don't like push a button. I want to be in the vehicle. So I want to be in the plane doing all the loop to loop stuff. So let me turn this around just a minute. I'll check on our messages here. Let's see. 13 feet of happiness. Oh my gosh, how you doing there, buds? Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's a drive day. It's a drive day. Some people have boring drive days. My conversations are either with you, singing along to bad songs, talking to my dog, and having very deep philosophical discussions about things. Today, one of my things I was thinking about today was, I got a little bit of history going on here, but I'm going to bring it up anyways. A little controversy. So back in the day, when the Underground Railroad, of course, was a thing, when people were trying to get from the South to Canada, essentially for freedom, they thought that they would get to Ohio and be free. And really, sadly, there were people that were being taken back down south, and that's not good. But what I've learned about, what I understand now, is that there were quilts, and they used these quilts either on barns or actual quilts that were hanging out that were signs and symbols to let people know whether they could stop, whether they should keep moving north, whether they should go east or west. And that's how they used sort of like subliminal navigation to tell these people who were trying to get to freedom. And that is amazing. So I look at people in America these days that are assisting people in need, and how do they help them get to their spot of freedom and independence. And I just want to give a shout out to all those hard workers out there that are helping and assisting other people. So there's more good out there in the world than there is bad. I'm a true believer in that. There really is. So let's just keep paying it forward, guys, because I think that there's a lot of awesome people. I met some really good people this weekend. I met some firefighters, met some retired veterans, and the things that they're doing with their time. One of the greatest stories of the week, heartwarming stories. It was very heartwarming. was I had the opportunity of going out to eat with a few of the police department individuals at a local Mexican restaurant. And this one gentleman, he's a rather large gentleman, he's like 6'7", big guy, and he just had surgery. And he was in ICU literally the week before this dinner. And he happens to notice a kid, a teenager, with his girlfriend, and they're having like tacos, and they're 2 booths or 3 booths away. And he walks up to the waiter and says, I want to take care of that table. I don't want him having to pay for anything. He's not related to this kid. He knew him because he was in a car crash, and he wanted to make sure that people are still looking out for him. And I believe he lost a family member. So here's a police officer, and we all know police officers don't make a lot of money, right? We know this. They definitely deserve a little more. And he was helping him out. So it's nice to be in those situations and watch people do things. They're not being provoked to be nice. They're not being paid to be nice. They're just doing the right thing. And that's really cool. So, that's one of the reasons I have the Smile Fund. It's one of the reasons why when I do live streams and we do super chats and things like that, that's where the money goes. Honestly, many times is to help other people in need and how can we impact someone in a really good way and put a smile on their face. So I've been able to do that a few times on this trip, which is nice, help other people. Hopefully it's not for breakdowns or anything like that, but sometimes it's just, everybody deserves a break. Everybody deserves something to show kindness in the world. So just, spread some kindness. You know me, I make my own sunshine. Can't get a rainbow without a little rain. That's all I got to say. Just muddle through it. You'll get through it. All right, so 13 feet of happiness. I'm trying to read your comment here, guys. Sorry, I got to drive, and I don't want to read and drive. Normally it goes in my earbuds so I can hear it there, which is nice. So I'll just keep trekking along. Oh my gosh, did you just give us a super chat? You are so sweet. Oh, we didn't have to do that, but we do appreciate that, and that money will go towards something really amazing. And I love making videos. I don't always like to. Sometimes people allow me to make videos and we do things, sometimes they don't, and I understand that. I had a lady absolutely break down in tears at a Walmart one time, and she was just, ugly crying moment. And she's like, please. I said, that's okay. I said, do you mind if I tell your story? And she said, that's fine. So that's what we like to do, guys. So thank you so much. Your kindness will not go unnoticed. Thank y'all. Whew. All right, let's keep trekking along. Where am I? I'm in Ohio somewhere. I'm on Ohio. I'm on 30 eastbound. We are right outside Bucyrus, or as I like to call it, Bucky Russ. I had to stop at Love's. I actually got this phone holder at Love's. So shout out to Love's for all the really cool gadgets. It's pretty bad when your shopping destination is a truck stop, but that's pretty much what it's been lately. It's going to Love's to get some sweet tea or a new phone holder, or I had to get some DEF. You don't have a diesel. If you have a diesel, you'll understand. You feel my pain. Got to get the DEF, right? So thank you guys for being patient and follow me along this journey. It makes a big difference. All right, so let's talk Hershey RV show, because a lot of you who don't have reservations already for the RVing Women show, our RVing Women National Convention, I probably won't. If you're not there, but we could all hang out at Hershey. So Hershey is fun for so many reasons. We are going to take a look at all the new 2025 models. I'm driving one right now. It's pretty awesome. So we're going to go give you a sneak peek of what's coming up. So we'll go do that for you guys. We'll do a little walk through some stuff. Of course, I'm going to hit all the Bs, all the Class Bs, all the vans, and all the smaller ones. I will do I'll do the most expensive and the least expensive. And I'll do it for trailers. I'll do it for motorized. We'll see what they have out there. And we'll just try to hit, the highlights and see what you guys want to see. But if there's something you want to see at Hershey, let me know, because that's important. I want to make sure that I can give you guys some content that you're interested in as well. And we'll see what they have. I'm going to be doing also some really big news on another front is Project Van Life. If you haven't heard of Project Van Life, they are a social media entity, their website. They have a course on how to get out there on the road and find your perfect van and things like that. I'm going to be working with them upcoming months. Very exciting. And I'm going to be one of their, I don't want to say spokesman or spokesperson. I'm going to be one of their people of interest out there on the road, talking to people who are interested in getting into van life. And van life is more than just owning a van. I mean, yeah, I'm in a van. It has a cutaway like an RV, but it really is, I hate to say van life's a vibe, but it's a vibe. It's a way of travel. It's a way in which you seek adventure. It's the way in which you pursue your daily, necessity of items. Um, I really am proud to call myself a van lifer. I really am, because it's something that every van lifer I meet out there, they're just truly wonderful people. But then again, a lot of quote unquote RVer people are truly wonderful people too. So it's I'm going to be talking to a lot of women of a certain age that are becoming empty nesters, women that are thinking about retiring, women that have possibly gone through a loss, a spouse passing away, and trying to figure out how to get back on the road and do things, because maybe they might have had a big Class A or a big fifth wheel and did it together, and they miss their community. So it's hard sometimes when you're a solo traveler, because people automatically want to pair you with someone, or put you in that circumstance. And sometimes you can feel like a third wheel. You can. It's okay. Um, I never feel like a third wheel. I just don't. I feel like a person who's just hanging out with friends and doing the right thing. So I'm excited. So going back to Hershey. So Tuesday is media day. So sorry guys, I'll do a lot of video then, and I'll try to put some stuff, and I will definitely do a live stream. Wednesday, the actual RV show opens. So that's when the public can come out. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I will be there on those days. However, Friday, I'll be doing a big meet and greet at the Giant Center, which is in the middle, like, indoor. It's the indoor place, I guess. Sports and stuff. It's at the RV show. It's right there. So you'll find me, I think, influencer meetup, things like that. Or just ask the lady at the info booth and say, "Where's the crazy redhead?" She'll be like, "That way." She'll be like, "That way." So, but if you come, I'm giving away swag. I'm giving away stuff. I have lots of people who've been asking me to promote and look at their products and whatever. And let's just say I might be giving away some really cool products. Everything from energy to who knows what. So you might want to come. I'm also going to be handing out very specific coupon codes for people who want electric bikes, because I have a blunt punk, I have to say it right, electric bike that folds super tiny like a transformer, and it is amazeballs. I love this. If you're looking to get an electric bike, you need to look into this, and I will give you a code. The code's pretty cool. You're going to want to have one of these. Number one, you don't have to go get a new folding thingamabig for your rig. You don't want. I don't want any more hanging off the rig if I don't have to have a carrier. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just keep it all in what I've got. And this can fit in a van, and this, of course, can fit in a Winnebago Echo. But I love these things. Love them. I've been playing with it now for a few weeks. I wanted to actually give it a good test. Make sure I really put the good old college try before I start talking about it. So I've had it in fields. I've had it on grass. I've had it in sidewalks. I've had it on the street. I've charged it. I've used it around. And you know me, I don't like to talk about something unless I've really used it. And I can say I've used it. It's really cool. Really, really neat. All right, let's see where we are. Let me turn this camera around so I can get some of these comments going. All right. All right. Yep, Jack's got to go. All right, buddy. See ya. Hope to talk to you soon. Appreciate you coming in. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. 13 feet and a half says, "You inspire me." Oh, you were so sweet. You know what? You are good enough, and you're probably better than you even know. So I'm so glad that you're here. I really am, and I'm really happy that I can help you on your way or give you some ideas. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's really about, right? People helping other people and doing the best thing you can, being the best person you can. That's super important. Super important. As you can see out there, we're getting some blue skies. We're finally getting some blue skies. I think I'm getting ahead of the rain. It might be a while, but I'll get there pretty soon. All right, let me go back here. Turn the camera around. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, anything you want to know, put them in the comments. I'll get to them in a little bit, I promise. I mean, I get to them immediately, but I'll roll them back in just a few seconds. So we talked about Hershey, talked about some stuff. So Rosie, my dog, has been doing really, really well. I'm really super impressed with her. She's just loving life. We've made some big add-ons to my rig, because these rigs they don't have the I'll call it the fabric. I mean, the fabric, but it's like the pleather. They say leather, but you know it's pleather. Seats. And with dogs and nails, they can just rip through those things. So one of my best pieces of advice, and I've used this now for a few of my rigs, is getting a nice plush rubber-backed bath mat. You can get the big bath mats, you can get the runners, you can get whatever you want, and use that to sit on. So when you get out of your seat, guess what? It's going to stay put, and she can jump up, and it's okay. And I can wash them. Muddy paws, no big deal. You wash them. But it's been really, really handy. And honestly, in the summertime, if these things get hot, I don't care what they say. Nobody wants, to sit in a really hot seat. So it's been rubber-backed bath mats. It's my traveling with pets tip of the day. The next one would be getting those sand-free beach towels. And you can get them on Amazon now. Actually, I got some at Walmart, ironically, this year. Through Better Homes and Gardens, had a few. And they're super handy because she can jump on the bed or where we want to put it. And dirty paws, muddy paws, whatever it is, I can just take it outside and shake it out. She gets wet. I want to wipe her down. They dry really fast. So I highly encourage people to use these towels when you're traveling for lots of reasons. And they can be cheap and they can be expensive. I've bought some of these towels upwards of $50, not going to lie, at different outdoor adventure expos. And I bought some for $3.50, $3.50. They both work pretty darn good. So, yeah, just depends on the color scheme and things you want to do. But I really highly suggest using those kind of the towels. They're just so much easier and they dry so much quicker. And you want to keep the moisture out of your rigs anyways. That is a thing. You want to try to keep it at a constant temperature if you can, and try to keep the humidity down. And this is going to be a tough year because I only have one 30-amp plug, and I now have two vans. Got to figure this one out. I may end up having to take one to my son's house and letting it sit there over the winter. I'm not really happy with that, but I want to make sure these things get driven. You cannot let a diesel just sit. It's meant to be run. It wants to run. It's like, let me out. Let me go play. So let me look at this thing right now. I have a total of 7,032 miles. I have driven, if I look at this correctly, 5,600 miles. Ooh, we just hit 5,600. Yes. That's what it's about, guys. If you get an RV, take it out, go use it. Don't let it sit in your backyard. Go enjoy. Go see some sights. Make some plans. I keep telling people to look at their calendar. Go get a 4-year calendar. If you can't do it this year, put it for next year. Can't do it that year, put it on for the following year. Give yourself some goals and some ideas of places you want to go and people you want to go see, because that's important. My goal was to go to Maine this year. Didn't exactly happen. I had a change of plans, but you know what? Put it on the calendar for next year. That's fine. I'll go next year. So, yeah, we'll see what's happening. I ended up going west. I didn't think I was going west. Yeah, I wanted to go west, but I went to South Dakota. I got to go to Mount Rushmore. I got to go to Crazy Horse, which I highly recommend every American go to Crazy Horse. That was impactful. That was truly, I walked out of there just almost in tears. It was the sculpture's amazing. Don't get me wrong. The story behind the sculpture, the people that did it, the continuing education that they do, how we talk about our Native Americans today, and the impact that they've had on culture, society, and how we can improve. Working with others and things like that. So, it was a lot. It was a lot to go through, but Crazy Horse, got to do it. South Dakota, got to go. And go to Custer State Park. It's a state park that really should be a national park. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So highly recommend that too. But yeah, sorry. Took a hard right when I got to New York and ended up going in the opposite direction to go to Camp Winnebago. Completely worth it. Actually wrote a nice article about going to Camp Winnebago for the first time on their blog for them, and took lots of pictures. Met some really amazing people. I tell you what, I will say this right now. I've been to a lot of rallies. I've been to a lot of meetups, and I mean a lot of meetups. I like going. I like meeting people and doing some fun things. I also like not having to plan. If I'm not the one planning everything, I just go and enjoy. It's perfect. That's exactly what I want. But I met some lifelong friends at Camp Winnebago, and I'm really happy about that. And that was really nice. That was really cool. So I don't think I'd have it. This is going to be one of those years I'm going to remember. A summer to remember. This is part of my summer to remember. And it's hard to imagine that tomorrow is the first day of September. Where did the month go? Where did it go? Before you know it, it's going to be sweater weather. I'm looking for sweater weather. Um, I love driving when it's, or camping when it's in the 50s and 60s. 70s are okay too, but 50s and 60s, that's my jam. That is my jam. I don't need to be on a beach. Bring me in the mountains in the 50s and 60s. Love that. Or if I'm in the mountains and it's already snowing, I'll just stay there. I'll just stay there till it thaws. I don't care. It's beautiful. I just want me a good old fashioned mountain hug. Feels good. I'm just thinking about it. Just makes me, oh my goodness. All right. Well, I've got about a few more minutes I can go live. Let's see where am I today? Let's look at this thing. We are coming into Crestline, Ontario. Look at that. Do not drive any text messages. Oh yeah. Actually, typically they come in my ear. For some reason, my earbud isn't picking them up. So yeah, I get you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the concern. I really do. Really do. This is a new cup holder, phone holder, tablet holder. So I don't want to put a tablet up here while I'm driving. I don't mind a phone. The phone's fine. I'm cool with that. I can do that. This vehicle has too many bells and whistles. It's just a little on the. It would stop whether I liked it or not. It starts to put on the brakes when I cross the line if I don't put a turn signal on. I guess it's been a while since I've had a newer car. My friend's like, yeah, mine does it all the time. I'm like, really? I never did. I just had to drive. So energy-wise, let's talk energy. I've been doing energy dance. I call it the safety dance, but it's the energy dance. I have been boondocking pretty much on and off for 3 weeks. And I have lithium batteries, 1. I have solar panels, 2. I have a propane generator, 3. And I have a high-speed alternator, 4. So the whole idea that I did was, here's how I did it. I would use my lithium batteries till they got about 45, 50%. Then I would watch and see how much my solar is trickle charging into my batteries. And it'd be something, but not significant, not enough to like go, from 45 down to 99, up to 99%. So I'd probably end up doing 1 or 2 things. If I'm going to go get something, I'll just drive and go get something. A 15-minute drive will charge this puppy up crazy fast. So if I have to go to Walmart or Meijer or get some dog food or who knows what, I'll just take a drive and come back, and there you go, charged up. If I'm not going to take a drive, I would then turn on my propane and let the propane charge it. Now let the propane generator charge it. It doesn't go as fast as my alternator, but it does work. So I would do this back and forth, use my battery, then generator drive, then use my battery, and then go back and forth. And because it was 103, it was in the hundreds, and I was able to keep this thing like 75 degrees, nice and cool, low humidity, perfect. But it's an active thing. It isn't like I walked away for 3 hours. That's like if I was out somewhere, I'd come back and check on it like every hour and a half, something like that. Keeping these rigs at a constant temperature when you travel with a pet is a bit of a dance, and understanding your energy is super important. So when people ask me specifically, like, how many watts do you have? And what about this? And what about that? I can go through it. Most people really don't want to know. I have a spreadsheet that tells me how much energy my laptop takes, how much energy is it going to take to, make some eggs in a skillet with a lithium battery. And I also have extra energy. Let me just put this out there too. Although I appreciate my coach, I like redundancy a lot. That's why I said I have an alternator, a propane generator, lithium batteries, and solar. 4 different ways. I also have portable energy. I also have a nice big Blue Eddy, which I could not live without, that I got last year through a wonderful, caring, awesome friend that was able to send it my way because I was super, super stressed about boondocking in the van. I had AGMs, and it really saved me a lot. I needed it for work, I needed it for all sorts of stuff, and I'm glad that I was able to have that for that Florida trip last year. So I have that with me too. So I tend to, when it comes to electricity and climate control, I would much prefer to save my big battery for that, and then use my portable battery, my portable like Blue Eddy, for my laptops and things like that. So it really has been a godsend. Really, really and truly. I can't. Whew, you got to have those things. Also, a lot of portable electronic devices that I have that I can charge, USB-C that last for 3 or 4 days, like my fans and things like that. I've been using those in different directions. So yeah, it's been really, really sweet. Really nice to have all that stuff done. All right, I am 6 miles from Mansfield, Ohio. Oh, I haven't been to Mansfield in years. Really, I think the last time I was in Mansfield, I was 12, something like that, something crazy like that. Mansfield, I know I'm getting to some hills because back in the day, I think they have like little teeny tiny bunny hills where you can go sledding or skiing here. Oh, how cute! Start getting towards Eastern Ohio, you get a few more hills, which is nice. But and normally I would love to take this trip around Lake Erie, go along the lake, but I went around the lake on the way out going west, so I'm okay. I'll stay in the interior this time around. And I really started to take this trip last weekend. Was it last Friday or Saturday? I don't even know what day it was. And I got south to go on I-75 to get out of town to go visit another friend, and I had a tire blowout, and I was actually, let me rephrase that. I used my tire pressure system monitor that I bought at Camp Winnebago from Techno RV, and all of a sudden it started beeping, and I was like, "Holy crap, what's going on?" And because of that, it gave me enough time to find a place to pull over and safely call roadside assistance. So that was a blessing on so many levels. I'm so glad I did that. But because of that, I had to get the tire fixed and all that kind of stuff. So I ended up staying, in Northwest Ohio for a little longer than I thought I was going to, just to, get some stuff done. Just to get some stuff done. So, anyways, hello Mansfield. How are you? Good to see you again. It's been a while. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to be taking a few little uh, stops along the way that I need to stop and get some fuel and whatnot. So I just want to say thanks and happy Saturday. And just remember, you are good enough and you are enough. You're your own. You're the one who makes sunshine. Remember, you are your own sunshine. So just remember that. And every day is an adventure. So go out and live it. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. So everybody have a great weekend, a safe Labor Day weekend. Please stay safe, and hope to see some of you guys in Hershey. All right, bye.